What's up guys, in today's Pipedrive CRM tutorial we are going to go over all of the different features that you will have to know to successfully implement Pipedrive onto your business. Now, Pipedrive seriously is one of the best CRM tools out there. It is super intuitive, beginner friendly, but yet still offers a wide amount of different features. So without further ado, let's get started. To get started, head over to Pipedrive. I will also leave you a link for that down below. By using the link, you can actually support me for completely free. Right here, make sure to just sign up for a free trial, and once you've did so, this is how the actual dashboard is going to look like. So right now we are going to be redirected onto the deal section. However, we aren't actually going to start right here. Rather, I'm going to change the view onto the leads section right here. So basically on the left, you are going to have all sorts of different subsections of your Pipedrive dashboard, and we are going to go over all of them in today's video. So right here, we do essentially have the leads inbox, and this kind of is a unique feature that only Pipedrive offers. So this leads inbox basically is being used to kind of store more, I guess, unqualified contacts, and you can also use the lead booster functions right here to actually automatically get leads from your website. So for example, you can implement a live chat onto your website, and this live chat can then automatically get leads. You can also put in chatbots, web forms, a prospector, and basically these lead booster functions are super useful if you do want to basically get more leads. Let's actually create an example lead. I'm just going to add a new contact person, and this is then going to be, let's just say, Harry Potter. And then we will have to add an organization. Basically right here on the contact person, you can then look for an already existing contact person, or if you don't already have added a contact person, you can just add it right here as a new contact person. Under organization, you will have to do the same thing all over again. So I'm just going to add Hogwarts right here. And now we can add Hogwarts as an organization. We will then have to set the title, value. In this case, we most likely don't already know the value, so I'm just going to leave this at blank right now, and we can then actually also add labels. Once again, as this is a lead, most likely this is going to be either a cold, most likely this is going to be a cold lead, okay? So I'm just going to select cold. We can then set the owner as well as expected close date, source channel, and source channel ID. So in this case, I will then also add the person's email, and I will then save my new lead. So now this is going to show up. And if your lead is then actually qualified, and if they are interested in buying something off you, you can then actually click on the lead right here, and you are going to see all of the different details available. So right here you can then once again add labels onto this, you can add the phone number, and you can also see details about the organization. So this is actually pretty interesting. Right here on the activity, you can then basically automatically set calls, meetings, tasks, deadlines, emails, or lunch. So this is just a great way of actually keeping track of everything. And right here, once again, you can then, for example, add notes. You can actually also add locations, video calls, or a description onto this. So this description is actually going to be the thing that your potential customer is going to see. And this note section right here is going to be for yourself. So in this case, once you've actually reached out to your lead, once you've actually made sure that they are qualified and they do want to buy something off you, you can then actually convert your lead onto a deal. You can do so by using this button right here. And this is now going to be converted onto the deal, and now we will have to add some new facts. Once again, we can actually add the value. In the early stages of most deals, you aren't going to know the exact amount of money which you can potentially make, but still I'm going to put in $1,000 just as an example. We will then have to select our pipeline. We right now only do have one, but more on that in just a second. And we will then have to select the pipeline stage. We can also add labels. So these labels, basically there are two different ways of doing this. First of all, people normally use this for hot, warm, or cold. Basically just to keep track if your deal already knows about the offer that you're providing, already knows about your company, and so on. And then you can actually also use this to kind of section your deals. So for example, if you're a web design agency, you could, for example, add one label for, I guess, for full website service, one label for only the design of the website, one label for only the backend settings of the website, and so on. So basically there are multiple ways of going over this. You can then also set the expected close date, owner, as well as the source channel once again. I'm just going to save this for now, and now this should actually show up under our deals right here. So as you can see, we actually do have a lot of sample data right here. Either way, the Hogwarts deal is also going to show up. So let's actually talk about the deals pipeline right here. Basically, with most CRMs, we are going to have a sales pipeline where we are going to see a visual overview of all of the different deals that you have available. Right here, we do have our default pipeline, which already has been created. However, we can actually also create new pipelines. Now, I see a lot of people creating 5 or 10 pipelines, which I think really is unnecessary. I think rather sticking to 1 or 2 pipelines is better, and you can actually also filter all of the data inside your pipeline. So if you, for example, would want to create pipelines for multiple salespersons, I wouldn't recommend you to do that. Rather, I would recommend you to just use the filter option right here, and you can then filter basically to see only the deals of certain amount of salesperson. You can filter all of the lost deals, all of the won deals. You can then actually also filter deals which make over $5,000 and much more. Either way, if you do want to create a new pipeline, you can do that by clicking on right here, or you can actually also simply just edit your existing pipeline. So right here we do have qualified, contact made, demo scheduled, proposal made, negotiations started. So I'm just going to add a new stage, and then I will rename this to invoice sent. Now, with these stages of your CRM, you do want to phrase them in the past tense, because these are just important keystones to your CRM, and these should be phrased in the past tense. So right here we can then actually also set the probability. But what does that mean? Well, essentially, to have better and more accurate statistics, you will have to actually set the probability that each of these stages are going to be marked as 1. So right here on the qualified, this most likely is only going to be around 40 to 50% depending on your own business. I'm just going to say 40. Contact made, I guess this is somewhat higher. I'm going to say 60%. Demo scheduled, 70. Proposal made, 80. Negotiations started is going to be 90, and then invoice sent is 95. So basically, once the invoice is being sent, most people are actually going to pay it, and most people are actually going to be marked as 1. Whereas in the qualification stage, most likely a lot of people aren't really a good fit for your business, and therefore the probability for this is going to be quite low. Obviously, I did just put in example numbers. You will have to kind of weigh this out for your own business to see which probability percentage makes sense. And then you can actually also select rotting. So for example, if you are going to actually put this on, you can say that after 7 days, if a deal inside the stage, negotiations started, hasn't been touched, then this is going to be marked as rotten. And basically this is just a good way of keeping track of all of the deals and of seeing if everything is up to date. So I'm just going to save the changes right now, and now this should be updated. Now we do have a new stage right here, and because we have set the probability, we can then actually also see these two numbers right here. The left one is going to be the total amount of revenue which could get generated if all of these deals are going to convert. However, that's not really likely. Therefore, the thing right here with the way icon, the 81,900, this is going to be the actual amount of money which you are most likely are going to make, depending on the actual percentage which you have entered. Additionally, we can also change the view of our sales pipeline to list. So basically this is just a great overview. If you do want to have a spreadsheet, this is also pretty good to export. So if you do want to have your data on Excel, then this most likely is going to be a good way of doing it. And then you can also see the forecast feature. This essentially is just going to give you guys an overview of how much money you're projecting to make each of the different months. I really do like this feature. However, obviously, as I've just added example data, this isn't really going to be that accurate. Now you can drag all of your deals around, and you can also basically mark them as lost, as 1, or you can also select move to. So let's just say that we are going to use this sample Benjamin Leon thing, and we are going to basically drag it onto invoice sent. We can now open this, and now basically we are going to see everything in detail. So we can then see that all of the different activities that are basically for this exact deal. So we can see that, okay, this has been created. We can see the notes right here. We can see the meeting scheduler. We can see the calls that have been made. We can see the emails that have been sent out, documents, files, and we can actually also create invoices right inside Pipedrive by using the QuickBooks app. And we can then see Benjamin Leon right here. So this would be the actual person. We can then actually also link this to a certain amount of organization. In this case, let's just select Hogwarts right here, and I'm now going to save this. You can then actually also set up required fields. So basically these are just going to be fields for different kind of data points like the value, the owner, and so on. So let's for example now say that this deal has been marked as 1. Now the next step would be to actually fulfill the needs of our deal. And there are basically 2 different ways of doing this, or I guess 2 features which can help you with that inside Pipedrive. First of all, the projects feature right here, and then you can also use the products feature. So in my case, as for Hogwarts, I'm just going to say that we are going to offer a renovation service. And then we can actually select a product. Basically, we can add a product code, we can add a category, and we can also select a unit. In my case, I'm just going to put in the unit price, and this is then going to be 1,000 euros, I guess. So I'm just going to add this, and now we do have this available. Now we can actually head back to the projects, and we can then actually get started by activating projects. And right here we can then actually put in a new project. We can select a template if we have created one, and we can then actually also basically add the title. So in my case, I'm going to select basically add Hogwarts renovation. Then we can put in the start date as well as end date. We can set in the board. We can then also add the deals and contact person. So I'm just going to add Harry Potter, for example. And then we can actually also set the organization, we can set labels, and so on. So I'm not going to save this, and now we do have this available right here, and we can basically right here then add different kind of basically tasks, different kind of activities, notes, and so on. And this once again is just a great way of keeping track of everything inside Pipedrive. Then you are also going to have the campaigns option. So basically campaigns are being used to kind of automatically send out emails with Pipedrive. These are pretty useful to kind of put out newsletters or to send out automatic progress emails for your customers. Then we can also use the sales inbox right here. So this is just going to be an all-in-one solution which is going to connect deals, leads, and contacts inside your Pipedrive dashboard by basically connecting to your email account, and this is just a great way of keeping track of all of the different deals which you have going on. You can then also see an activities view right here. This is going to give you an overview of all of the different things going on. You can see contacts, so these contacts are essentially just the contact person which you're going to have at all of the different organizations. You can also see the organizations right here, and you can also see the contacts timeline. We can then also see the insights, so these are just going to be the general overviews of all of the different data points inside our whole Pipedrive dashboard. So right here we can see how many leads are being generated, how much money are we making, the average value of one deals, how many deals are being lost, and the reason. We can see which employee of us does more deals, which employee does have the best conversion rate, and much more. We can then once again also see the products, and we are also going to see a marketplace with all of the different integrations and all of the different apps which Pipedrive does actually offer. Now that's basically it. If you still have questions about Pipedrive, make sure to leave them in the comments down below, and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. Now that's basically it. Now I think Pipedrive actually is a super good CRM, and you can sign up to Pipedrive with the link down below. However, if you're still unsure if it is the best fit for your business, you can also take my free survey, which is going to help you guys to find the best CRM with some simple questions. That's it. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.